Waking up overwhelmed by your own thoughts. That's the morning glow, and it's a warning sign you can't ignore. What if I told you that morning journaling, often viewed as a positive habit, could actually become an emotional crutch? Many don't see it coming. You start writing to clear your mind, but soon it morphs into a ritual that promises clarity while leaving you more confused. Each day feels like a fresh start, yet you find yourself battling the same unresolved feelings. Why does this happen? Imagine sitting at your kitchen table, pen in hand, pouring out your heart. It feels therapeutic, right? But what if that pen is just a tool to avoid confronting your true feelings? You're jotting down dreams and frustrations, but are you really facing them? There's a fine line between reflection and getting stuck. As you fill page after page, you might convince yourself you're making progress, yet each entry can also distract you from the deeper issues demanding your attention. Has this ever happened to you? Now, picture this: you've spent weeks documenting your struggles, but nothing changes. You keep revisiting the same feelings, trapped in a cycle. The journaling me to liberate you starts to feel like a burden. It's not just a harmless habit, it could become a trap. The tension builds as you find yourself caught in a loop of hope and disappointment. Each morning, you wake up wishing today will be different, but with every new entry, the same doubts linger, whispering in your ear. Your journal has transformed into a mirror, reflecting not just your thoughts but also your fears. So, what's the solution? It's not about abandoning your journal, it's about changing how you use it. Instead of merely documenting your life, challenge yourself with tough questions. Are you confronting your fears or escaping them? Gradually shift your focus. Use your journal to outline actionable steps, not just to vent. Turn your reflections into a roadmap for change. What if your next entry is less about recounting and more about creating? As you consider this shift, remember your journal can either be a crutch or a catalyst for growth. The choice is yours. How will you choose to face your mornings from now on? Have you ever felt a wave of anxiety wash over you as the sun rises? You are definitely not alone. Many people wake up with a tightness in their chest, racing thoughts, and that nagging voice saying, "You're not enough." But what if your morning routine is actually adding to that stress instead of easing it? Picture this: you wake up, brew your coffee, and sit down with your journal, ready to pour out your thoughts. Instead of gaining clarity, you're hit with a wave of negativity. The surprising truth is that morning journaling can sometimes become an emotional crutch, hindering your self-improvement rather than supporting it. Let's dive a little deeper. Many believe journaling is the ultimate tool for self-discovery, but have you considered that it might actually amplify your worries? Instead of making progress, are you stuck in a loop of self-criticism, replaying the same doubts over and over? Imagining it's a beautiful morning, sunlight streaming through your window, yet you find yourself jotting down the same fears day after day. You think you are reflecting, but are you just reinforcing negativity? That realization might sting a bit. Here's where it gets interesting. Some people use journaling as an escape, but this can quickly turn into a trap. Instead of processing your emotions, you might be avoiding them altogether. You keep saying, "I'll deal with this later," but that later never seems to come. But think about your friend who swears by journaling. She spends hours writing yet still feels overwhelmed. Why? because journaling has become just another task on her to-do list instead of a way to release her thoughts. Can you relate? The pressure builds, overshadowing the benefits of the practice. Now, let's consider the implications for your personal growth. Instead of uncovering insights, you might be digging deeper into anxiety. When journaling feels like an obligation rather than a release, it can lead to burnout. So, what's the solution? What's the solution? Should you toss your journal? Not quite. The key: finding balance. Try shifting your approach. Instead of only writing down your fears, focus on gratitude or envisioning your goals. What if you turned your journaling into a celebration of progress rather than a list of worries? Remember, it's all about how you engage with your thoughts. Swap that self-critical mindset for one of curiosity. What if you started asking yourself empowering questions instead? This small shift could lead to a whole new level of emotional freedom. As we wrap this up, consider this: journaling doesn't have to be a burden. It can be a powerful tool for transformation, but only if you use it wisely. Reflect on your morning routine. Are you lifting yourself up, or unintentionally dragging yourself down? If you found yourself nodding along, it might be time to reevaluate. Take that first step toward creating a morning routine that uplifts you instead of weighing you down. And remember, self-improvement shouldn't feel like a chore, it should feel like a journey where you're always moving forward. Have you ever wondered if your peaceful morning ritual might actually be holding you back? You're not alone. Many people think morning journaling is the key to self-improvement, but what if it's a double-edged sword? Picture this: you wake up, brew a fresh cup of coffee, and settle in with your journal. It feels productive, right? But what if I told you this cozy routine could be turning into an emotional crutch? It's a thought that lingers for many, yet few dare to confront it. That few dare to Let's dig deeper. While you might see journaling as a way to clarify your thoughts, could it also be a distraction? A means to avoid addressing deeper issues? Many don't realize that writing down their feelings can sometimes replace taking real action. You might be pouring your heart onto those pages, but is it actually prompting you to make changes? Now, imagine in this scenario you spend an hour each morning reflecting on your goals. You feel accomplished, but then the day slips by without any real progress. That familiar sense of satisfaction can be misleading, making it easy to confuse that fleeting high with actual growth. Next, let's consider the mistakes you might be making. Are you using journaling as an escape? Filling pages with complaints instead of focusing on solutions? It's a trap many fall into. You write about the problems, but what about the strategies to solve them? Without action, those words are just ink on paper. As we explore this further, think about the risks. Relying too much on